See what I'm saying? Disease. Okay, that's enough. This is kind of gross. What happened here? What happened here? You know, I tried to tell him, if you stare at it, it's not gonna grow any faster. Mommy, I'll talk to you later, bye, baby. Bye. No, okay. Yeah, that's right. Take our treats. I'm not that bad. I'm not eyeballing it that much. That's bad. There's little Billy. Like and subscribe. Do it.
Wow.
Well, hello. Here we are yet again. Another day, another vlog. I realized that I did this entire vlog and I didn't do any kind of intro at all, which makes it that much worse because I didn't really explain what you're about to see ahead of time. So that's what I'm going to do right now. Things that we're going to talk about in this vlog are sourdough, my starter, our land and Sam's grandparents, and my adventures in sewing, which seems legit when you live on a farm and you're trying to homestead. You kind of want to do sourdough, you want to garden, you want to have goats, you take care of your elderly grandparents if you have some. I mean, that's a lot of vlogging material. Sewing, animals, gardening, special projects around the property. What else? Yes, Gatey and Ratty, still not found. I don't know what to do about that. My giant watermelon is just a few days off, so that's going to become a whole vlog for sure. And I think I'm going to go ahead and vlog the first loaf of bread that I make since I'm on the sourdough game. So here you go. I will shut up now. Enjoy. Always worried. Always worried. Here's the starter. It's a week and 1 day old. I'm feeding it once a day. You can see all the bubbles. It's nice and active. Just like a sponge almost. It's kind of funny. But I have notes on here for myself, like when I started it and where it was when I fed it, so I can watch it rise up the glass. It is almost time to make my first loaf of bread. We're getting there. These are the sourdough crackers that I've been making. They're nice and crispy. They taste really good with some cayenne. I mean, they're just like a cracker should be. And they taste like Cheez-Its. There's cayenne, dried oregano from the garden, tarragon. Salt is essential because it brings out the sourdough flavor. I'm very pleased with these. My sourdough the starter has not passed the float test yet, but I need to make sure that it is bubbly and still on the rise, still feeding in the jar when I test it, see if it floats. And when it floats, you know you're ready to make bread. So we'll probably vlog about that pretty soon, but I need to kind of figure this out because I'm new, but at least I can make crackers, so that's a plus. Sam took this off, well actually me and the kids took this off of Sam's bikini plant, and there's way more out there. He just rinses them and washes them with a little bit of soap, puts them on like a paper plate with a paper towel underneath, and then puts them in his cart because it's so hot here in Texas. These things will be dry in just a few hours. You know, I tried to tell him, if you stare at it, it's not going to grow any faster. The grass will live as long as we're watering it. He knows that. But he just stares at it. Oh, Sam. Gigi got a new dog because her other dog died. Gigi is Sam's grandma. And, yeah. They think that they need two. Not for security reasons, but because they think the dog is lonely by himself, so we got a barky one. Pray for me, y'all. It's bad. It's sad stuff. I need sleep. And look, it's Gigi's new dog. I have no idea what his name is. He looks like Bolt.
He looks like the white dog.
But he barks way too much.
He looks like that dog in that movie what Grammy has. That one. What is it called? Remember?
Oh, I don't remember.
Marco.
Yeah, that's right. Take our treats. We bribe him with treats. That's so he doesn't bark at us. He only likes us when we feed him. Is he?
Maybe.
Oh, you coming over here? Okay. Hello. You want some grass? Come on. You want some grass? There you go. Enjoy that. Salad with no dressing. Bye, puppy dog. Not as fast as you want, though, huh?
That's
It's going real slow in general, anyway. Just trying to figure out why a lot of it's turning yellow. I don't know.
Because you're watering it too much. You're over watering it. I tell you.
You have a hole in your shirt.
Recording me again?
Yes.
I got a lot of holes.
Okay.
Our barn.
So yeah, Gigi and Papa got a new dog because the other one died, and I guess they think they're safer with two dogs. The dog does bark at strangers, which is good, but he also barks at us, which is annoying, and he barks every night while I'm trying to sleep, and that's not good. So there is that problem. I have a feeling that this vlog is going to carry on into tomorrow afternoon. It's Saturday, tomorrow's Sunday, so I'll probably do something tomorrow afternoon. I wish I could do it all tonight. I have a feeling that I'm not going to be able to. It's going to get dark soon, and the heat index has been so high that we've been getting weather alerts on our phones saying to stay inside because of how hot it is. Be careful and stay hydrated. That it can, like, the heat can be up to and that of 110 degrees or whatever. So very hot. It's not abnormal for July in the middle of Texas, but it isn't exactly super normal that it would get quite that hot. And we haven't had rain in weeks, probably a month, but you know, can't make it rain. So look at this jungle. I swear it doesn't ever stop. But I'm about ready to succession plant. I just bought some Baker Creek seeds that are going to go in, you know, around here. And there's some stuff that's going to come out, like my green beans. They've gotten really out of hand. So, and really it's because they're getting too old and worn out. I need to replace them with a new variety. But we do have a lot of land and a lot of room to do really any expanding that we want. So the garden can definitely get bigger. That's not a stretch. But we do have right at 23 acres here. My husband got this land willed to him by his grandparents who are still living. You know, we moved out here to be with them. He is the property owner, so might as well move out here. We can take care of him. We can start homesteading. It's just a better option all the way around. But Grandma does have dementia, and so it can make things difficult day to day. They're elderly. She's 81, he's 91. He has COPD, emphysema. So we're really trying to stay away from Rona, us getting it and giving it to them, or anyone else bringing it over, or them going out and getting it. And then her memory issues, you know, Sometimes she cooks the same thing every day for several weeks, and she has to kind of be prompted to make something different, or she just cooks the same stuff. Sometimes she uses really expired things. I've had to clean the pantry. Sometimes she comes over and just repeats herself over and over, like the same story, the same, did I ever tell you about the time, you know, and it's the same thing. And sometimes it's not even accurate, even though it happened years ago. It's wrong in her mind. She says it, and then not even 5 minutes later she repeats it. And that'll happen like 2-3 times in a visit, you know, within 20 minutes or less even. Sometimes it's really bad. Sometimes you don't notice much at all. It kind of just depends on the day. And sometimes she dreams stuff and the next day she thinks that it's real. So there's kind of no barriers or limits or understanding of what she's going to think each day, why she's going to do what she does, why she can't remember that, or how she remembers some of the things that she remembers. That blows me away. The stuff she can remember, I can't grasp how she knows those things are happening, that they're real, when the things that she thinks are real or not, and won't let go of it. It's just, it's so out there sometimes. But all in all, at least she's still herself. She's very goofy, fun to be around, and she's got her own personality that takes some getting used to, I will admit, but she's a wonderful person. But all in all, it's really not that bad. Not yet, at least. Grandpa's with her and he's of his right mind, so he's watching over her while she's cooking. He pays attention to some of the things she's doing, not everything, but enough to where she doesn't burn down the house, and she doesn't drive anymore. He took the keys away from her. That's a whole nother story. But yeah, she doesn't drive because she can't remember where she's going. Many times she's driven, gotten lost, didn't know how to get to the doctor that she's been to 5 bazillion times. It just got too bad because her memory's too short term. And anyway, so far everything's manageable. That's where we're at with Grandma and her dementia for now. At least she still knows who we are and she's still acting normal. I will say that over the last few years, I've noticed it get worse, because there's moments where for no reason at all, she might say, I'm going to the barn. She'll go to the barn, she'll be gone for several minutes, come back, and she's just kind of wandering around. Her thing is to pick up rocks, which is fine. There's rocks everywhere out here. You could spend your entire life picking up rocks and it looks like you've done nothing, which it is doing something, obviously, but that's how many rocks are out here and how they like work up to the surface. It's really weird. I don't know why that is. It's almost like during the flood of Noah's Ark and all the rocks just settled here when the water came down. I don't know. It's so strange. But she can go out and try to do something. She's working outside in the yard and she completely forgets what she went outside for. She doesn't know, and she'll just kind of wander around. She had this phase where she would just kind of wander around the backyard, and we'd be all together for Thanksgiving, and everybody'd be like, where's Grandma? Oh, she's outside, you know, don't think she knows what she's doing. She forgot we were gonna eat. So many stories like that, but not to the point where things are really, really hard. That's my point of making this statement. I want to be able to look back at this and say, I know exactly how Grandma was at that point. So I'm just thankful Grandma knows who we are and hasn't lost her personality yet. Because when she has those wandering around moments, she doesn't really seem to know what she's doing, know anything. She's not thinking about anything. She's just wandering around. But Grandpa does have all his faculties, as you would say, and even at 91, he knows exactly what's going on. And his health isn't great, especially with his lungs, but he is completely aware of what day it is, what's going on, whereas Grandma will ask you, is it Christmas? Is it Thanksgiving when we're all together? 500 times. Cannot retain stuff. He's fine. His memory is fine. So everything right now is fine. But busy sometimes. Sometimes it's busy. So, but it's okay. It could be a lot worse. I'm not complaining. I'm thankful it's only what it is. And God knows what's best. So I'm just going to roll with it. You know, I almost forgot to talk about the figs and the pears. I can show them to you, but they're just like they're ripe figs, right? And the pears aren't quite ready, but the figs are. They were just ripening this week, which is great. But we can't eat them, and that's so disappointing. It's disappointing because now when you turn 91, apparently, as a 90-year-old one farmer whose wife has dementia, sometimes you don't necessarily care about certain things that maybe other people would, or that you would if you were younger. And last year there was an issue with bugs inside of the figs, which granted it was kind of gross and it was weird and I didn't like it either. But Grandpa got really weirded out about it and he started spraying down the fig trees this year mainly with insecticide. Now insecticide, you cannot eat that. That's bug poison. It wasn't some organic bug spray, herbicide type, whatever. No. Insecticide. And he's done it at least twice. I caught him doing it one time with the mask. I mean, this is a man who can't breathe, who's with the mask, and he's just spraying the trees down. This is not rocket science. I do not have to describe the fact that it's going to soak into that fig. So you will be eating that poison, and you don't want to be eating that poison. I got a handful of them. I washed them up really good. I cut one open. I was looking at it. I was smelling it, and I tasted it, and it was perfect. It tasted great, but it's been sprayed with bug poison at least twice. I'm not going to eat them, and I'm not going to share them. And I'm so disappointed because I've been waiting a whole year, and now I can't. I cannot make myself eat that. Like, we are not going to be eating figs this year. And we have 3 fig trees. I don't think he sprayed the pears. Because it's so tall. And the bugs don't mess with it. So I can ask. I don't think he messed with the pear tree. But there's going to be no figs for us this year. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to convince him to quit doing that. Or at least just switch to some natural something. But he had it, and it's in the barn, so that's what he used. And I wished he hadn't, but no figs, unfortunately. Enough of that, though. Almost ready. Look how pretty. Dude, there's a big watermelon. It's probably going to weigh like 20 pounds at least. They get up to 25, so I'm really anxious to see how amazing this one is. Mommy, I'll talk to you later. Bye, baby. Bye. Let's go look at the pekins. Oh my gosh, these look so good. This trough was, you know, just tin looking, galvanized metal, whatever. And it was rusty and it was getting really hot. So Sam painted it white, but I actually think it looks really good. It looks very farmhousey. And these bushes actually look really pretty with that red and green. It's almost like it's little Christmas lights. I'll get closer. Zooming does not help. But it has this nice little, I don't know, shape to it, and the way it kind of cascades over. And they prolifically grow peppers. It's unbelievable. Let's get closer and see. But these are really pretty. And they just pop right off. And they're super hot too. I mean, if you pop this in your mouth, it's gonna burn. But they're pretty little bushes and they're growing really well. We like it. Sam started these. He's very proud of them. The kids helped pick the peppers, so I think they're worth growing. What happened here? What happened here? Oh my. There is can't really see it, but there's this little grass snake that's been dead and it's hung on this fence. It's hung on the barbed wire. There's a bird called a shrike that does that. It kills like tiny frogs, bugs of all sorts, tiny snakes, and it hangs it to come back and feed it to its babies. It's kind of weird, but we always know when the shrikes are around because there's all kinds of weird stuff hanging on the barbed wire. It's kind of funny. Look how good it looks. Snap. The grass is growing, by the way. Slowly, but surely. Also, let's talk about the compost bin. I haven't really mentioned this yet. This trash can, I rescued it from the barn. It's perfectly good. And it's white, so it doesn't get super hot. It's got wheels on the back. I can zip tie it to the fence. I have this brick to keep... The wind is so annoying. Keep the wind from blowing it open, because if it blows really hard, it'll just stand straight up. And this needs to be dealt with. And it needs dirt. There's some stuff going on in here. Ew. Curious. But still, there's still room in there though. It was full, but stuff starts to kind of sink down. It needs dirt and some moisture. And these were my beginner ones. I'm going to use those to plant potatoes in, just as an experiment. I saw someone else do it, and it worked really good for them. But I'm going to start buying these and get like 2 or 3 of them for composting. It's a lot easier because the wheels too. You can wheel it over to the box when you're ready to dump it in, which is, it's harder to drag these. This is easier to wheel over. And it gets to where it's heavy and you can zip tie it to the fence, and it's just it's a better choice, I think. Ew. That's blech, gross. Okay, that's enough. This is just kind of gross. I really want to plant my tarragon into some big pots for next year while they're dormant during the winter, and they come back because they grow these wonderful little spheres, almost like a shrub, and they're so pretty. I think they would look better that way, and it'd make more room in here, especially for my carpet oregano down there. Oh wow, it's even higher now than it was. Looking good. So anyway, as you can see, I'm back inside. It is actually getting late. I ran out of time to finish outside and to show all the things that I wanted to show, because we got a new billy goat and I wanted to vlog about that, and just some other things to kind of pull everything together for this vlog. And I'm just gonna have to do it tomorrow. Mom life, wife life, farm life, somewhat dementia caretaker, I can't even talk, caretaker, I don't know. I'm busy, okay? Nighty night. See you tomorrow. There's little Billy. And there he is. He's so tiny. He's not as big as whiny old Billy, who I don't know where he's at, but he's little.
That little guy in the middle? Right there?
He's right there. He's cute, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I could pet him.
Oh, well, maybe we can try. Hello again. So it is the next day. We are inside because it's 6:30 and it's still very hot outside. So before we go outside, we decided that we would do a project inside where we're trying to learn how to sew. And I'm taking an old duvet cover and we're gonna try to make it into a dress for Ellie. I don't really have the ability at the moment to document like every part of it and do a B-roll where I speed it up and you watch me do the whole thing, but I'm gonna try to grab certain parts of me doing it so that we can see how it's coming and just the finished product. But I'll show you the duvet cover and then maybe as I go. So this is the duvet cover. We already started to cut it over here where I had another old bed quilt underneath it. But I thought it was pretty material and I didn't want to waste it because I bought a new comforter, that one on the bed, So this one, I didn't want to waste this material.
Right there.
So we're going to see what we can make out of this. I think this is going to be one of the little straps. And of course there has to be two because you have two arms, obviously. Okay, so we have this top part of the dress ironed and pinned and ready to hem. So here we go. We are ready to sew. So we're going to sew these and connect them and see how that turns out. I'm really bad about eyeballing, but it's not necessarily a bad thing. The biggest problem is just the fact that I'm not using a pattern for this. This is completely like my brain, Pinterest, and then being creative. So we'll see. And I'm measuring. I'm not that bad. I'm not eyeballing it that much. That's bad. Well, I am gonna have to water now. I did have to come outside before it gets too dark because I gotta water all of these plants because it's so hot and so dry, as you already know. I'm probably not gonna get this dress finished today, but I should have the top of it done, especially now that we know what we're doing with the top. I think the rest will be easy now. Water, water, water. What?
You'll get wet.
Oh, snap. Oh no. I don't want to get wet. Ah! 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 I don't know, it looks a little diseased. I think it's a cantaloupe. I might need to take that dude off. He doesn't look too healthy. Oh, look at this garbage. See what I'm saying? Disease. Hi, Fighty. Hi, Fighty. What are you doing with that barbed wire? That's not safe. Oh, okay.
I like it.
Easy does it. Don't be so greedy. Like and subscribe. Do it.
Wow.
You are kind of nice, though. I'm not going to be rude. You don't have a name. We need to name you.
You're not gonna
I don't know. I have no idea what to name you. Do you have any thoughts? No? Okay. It's getting dark. I'm going to go back inside and see if I can finish at least more of that dress, hopefully. So it's dark. We're inside. I'm trying really hard to finish up her top. Got to stitch some more stuff. Okay, so we've been working hard and this is what we've got so far. The straps are on. We put a pretty little button on here. And then that's the top of the dress. So I'll show you the back. And then we have the skirt of it to do to flow out. And here's the back. I do have a couple more buttonholes to make here. And then I'm going to redo from here into the skirt because not all of this is going to be out. And it's just going to button a couple and then come down in the layers. But I think it's really cute and it turned out really good with the stitch, with the zigzag, and my button. I learned how to do a button today. That's pretty impressive for me. I learned something new. So we're going to finish this up and then she's going to model it for us, of course, when it's all finished. So catch you on the flippity flap. Bye. Just BTW, she'll model it on the next vlog, so it's not like you're going to wait forever. I'm going to keep it relevant. Bye.